years. Who will stand up? Well, the answer is we the people. That's why it's important.
Because y'all know that's coming.
Doing now for people to understand what's going on. Because if he decides he's not going to go, then we the people will have to step forward and say, "But Mr. President, your time is up. You will."
He's tried it once. He'll try it again.
That's the solution to a president who controls the military, who has control of the courts, and who has control of his political party. And he does, but he doesn't have control of we the people.
No, he absolutely doesn't. And speaking of time, you know, this is a very, very prominent theme here on Lights On, the urgency of this moment. And I think you have so followed through in understanding that urgency by leading, by not waiting to bring impeachment. Like many of your colleagues say, wait till we get control of the House of Representatives back before we take action. You have understood the urgency of the moment. You speak so eloquently every time you go on the floor, including today when you raised the new article of impeachment. I heard you before speak about we can't wait until we have tanks in the street. And basically the next week after that, we practically had tanks in the street with Donald Trump ordering the US military into Los Angeles. You talk about the possible eventuality of this man not leaving office, and you also are very gracious in your patience with your colleagues in reaching the point that you have. But can you just give us a sense of urgency of this moment? I mean, I just really feel like every moment that we wait is a moment that so much damage is done that's going to take so much more work, years, decades, if not generations to undo. The moment to act is now, isn't it?
Well, it is now because he's assuming more authority every day. He now has some degree of belief that he can bring in the National Guard at will without having to consult with the governors of states. He now believes that he can go to war at will. Today may have sent, the message that he may have received from today is that it's okay for me to declare war without Congress. So all of these things make it difficult for us to turn him in a proper direction. And if we can't turn him in a proper direction, then we've got to remove him from office.
Absolutely.
And I'm talking about through a legal process. I don't want anyone to say that I would do anything that threaten or harm.
Constitutional peaceful means, absolutely.
So we have to build it, and it becomes more difficult when you allow him to continue to take on more power. He is probably the most powerful president that we have seen in our lifetimes in terms of how he has corralled the court and corralled his party. And now he's got this following of people who, doesn't matter what he does, they're going to support him. Well, we have to have a following that is larger than that.
He can lie in our face and they still going to support it.
Either we're going to be a country where we honor the Constitution and we have a democracy, or it's dishonored and you have an autocracy with an authoritarian president who is as reckless and ruthless as one can be. After all, again, he did instigate an insurrection on the Capitol of the United States of America.
Absolutely.
There's no question about it.
Absolutely. And talking about either we have a constitution or we don't. You're reminding me of a common refrain that I hear from our friend John. And I don't know how much time you have today, but I thought I'd bring in John with us before you leave us, because he's been so instrumental in this movement. And I know that you so appreciate, and as you said, he's literally helped you draft the article. So I'd like to bring in John Bonafas, president of Free Speech for People and constitutional scholar, someone who I herald as one of the incredible true living patriots in this country right now. I don't have words to express how much I appreciate John in this moment. So John knows this. Welcome back to Lights On.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you to the Congressman. He's an American hero. You truly are, Congressman Green, for standing up with your leadership and forcing this historic vote today. You will be recorded in history for the courage that you have shown, and this is what we need at this moment in our history. We need this courage.
Right now, I don't have words to express how much I appreciate John in this moment. So John knows this. Welcome back to Lights On.
Thank you.